Today I'm going to show you how I made these cute little birdhouses with Dollar Tree birdhouses and candles sticks. I used plaster by Waverly to paint the first one, and then I used like a dark chocolate brown. I don't know if it's Java or espresso. And then I used Amy Howard's cracked patina on the one with the dark brown. And this stuff is just amazing stuff. And you don't need a lot of it. You just spread it on pretty thin, then dry it really well. Make sure it's dried. And then I took some recycled ticking tissue paper for the roof line, and I cut it out long enough to just go over both of them. And I used Elmer's glue, and you don't need a ton of that either. And then I just centered it on there and pressed it down with my hands and did the second one the same way. And that dried that really, really well. And then I used my little gator sander to go around the entire edge of both of the birdhouses to get the excess tissue paper off. And then I used the tattoo paper, and I have the layout on Pickett's printables. And you just put it down just like the old-fashioned tattoo paper that you used to put on your skin. You peel the clear part off. I took the little stick out of that so I could put the bird on there. And then I take a little dauber and I put water on it and just dab it on there, and then just peel the paper off. And I took another dabber that's dry to just, make sure that it's on there completely. And I added the little stick with a little bit of glue back inside. And I added another little design on the other side. And you just add water to the little dauber. You can use a mister bottle too, but I like the little dauber better. And then I added the plaster to the little brown one. Watch how fast this stuff crackles. Crackles is immediately. As soon as you put it on there, it starts to crackle. That stuff is just amazing. And I just went over the entire birdhouse, underneath the eaves and around the edges, and dried that really well. And then I started cutting out more of the tattoo paper. I added another little bird, and just the water, and just peel the paper off and dab it down. Added another little design to the other side, and a little feather I had. I added that to the top right there. And then I took some Elmer's glue and I sealed the whole tattoo with Elmer's glue. Just put a little bit on, you don't need a lot. I put it on both of them and dried that really well. And then I took the two little candlestick, one's a little bit taller than the other, and some Spanish moss, and I just hot glued that on. And then I realized on the second one it's better to just put the glue on top of the Spanish moss, because I had to hold it down quite a while to get it to stick. So this one I just added the Spanish moss, and then I add the hot glue right to the Spanish moss, and then that stuck the house down really well. And then I have this raffia paper, and it was actually a hula skirt I got from Dollar Tree. And I just made a bow, and I show you here how I made the bow. I just tied about 5 strands together, add a little bit of glue and stick that up there. Just make a bow. And I added just a little bit more glue so the bow stuck. And I crinkle it up really well, and I crinkle up the bottom tails. And then I decided I wanted to add a little tag to it, so I took my little letters out and stamped out bird nest. I added that. Oh, I did add some buttons to the bows. I took some Dark Kills wax. After I crumpled up the tag really well, I crumpled it up, and then I smear in that dark wax, and I added that to one of the birdhouses. I just tied it around the little button. That's it. I hope you try making them. Thanks for following my page, Pickett's Crafts.